Okay, so welcome back. I ran out of storage in the middle of my last video. I only got to 6 minutes, so I'm gonna record my last 4 minutes right here. So I left off right here, and I was talking about latex. So what's important to know about this part is that this is a transparent structure contrasted by uh, these heavy blankets of what do you call it of latex, and they look old, they look very wrinkly, they have a lot of texture, and meanwhile this is like a smooth transparent structure, as are these right here. So what's important about these materials is that no one had used them before, and Eva Hesse was the one experimenting with them for the first time. So let's get into her influences. She wasn't just defined by her early trauma. She also went to the, the School of Industrial Art in New York, where she developed her love for textile design. So she wanted to get into fashion and all that, but then she got into Yale's School of Architecture, where she got into illustration, and then she started doing painting, and then she went to do um, sculpting, and that's when she got famous. So she decided, I'm just gonna stick to this. Later on, she went back to Germany and Dusseldorf because her friend Frederick hooked her up with this kind of contract where she had to do art to present in German museums, but she got to have a place to live. Her food was being paid for, her material, and she was living the life. So another influence that I saw were the movements of minimalism and surrealism. So why minimalism? Because this was what was around in her time. Everything was very simple and it was powerful, making a contrast between the piece and the room. Um, but she was also very surrealist because she left a lot of her projects to chance. She was very experimental, and she didn't care how it was going to look at the end. She was just worried about what do you call it? Doing something new, seeing how it would turn out. For example, with like dripping, what do you call it? With dripping rubber and all that, um, it had its own life. So visual identity. If we want to appreciate Eva Hesse's work, we need to understand the work of others, which was clean cut, cubic, solid, fluorescent, and it was made with industrial materials. Whereas Hesse's was messy, loose, fragile, opaque, and it was made with unconventional materials. You would think that's a you would think that's a disadvantage, but for Hesse, that's what made her stand out. So let's get into the work of other artists. Uh, this one right here was made by Tony Smith. That one right there was made by Dan Flavin, and this one was made by Don Jett. So what do these have in common is that these artists changed um, what people knew as the artist's occupation. You would think that the artist is the one making the strokes or building the thing, but no. What these guys did, they had a vision, and they made other people build their sculpture or fabricate their LED lights. But what you can appreciate in Eva's work is that she made every single cubic inch of her work, and these are huge. They are not small. They look small, but they took up most of the room. But what's more important is that Eva Hesse, she took a lot of inspiration from other art, but she made her own thing. She can't be categorized as a minimalist or as a surrealist or none of that. She made her own thing because while everything looked very machine-like, she was creating organisms. For example, they look like jellyfish. These, it looks like the skin of a snake. This right here is a cube, which is, again, minimalist, but with teeth. Well, it's not teeth, but they're nails, and it kind of looks like teeth. So what Eva achieved is grab inspiration from other things, from other styles, and make her own thing. Thank you. This is my presentation. Y'all have a good day.